Good, good. Good to see you again. Welcome back. So you might notice it's a little different on my screen today, yes?
Yes.
So we're going to continue talking about storytelling today, just like we were doing yesterday. And we'll dive into that a little bit more. Okay? All right, so let's get started. And so everyone's here, Luke?
Yes. Yeah, we can get started.
Wonderful. Okay, great. So, all right, everyone, let's get started today. All right, so what is storytelling? All right, that's the big question that we're asking. So let's dive into it. Okay, repeat after me. Storytelling is to share or write stories.
Storytelling
Storytelling
is to
is to
share
share or
or
write
write
stories.
stories.
Great. So we talked a little bit about this yesterday. So stories come in many forms. So maybe books, movies, short stories. There are many different ways we tell stories. I bet you tell stories every day to your families or friends, maybe about something funny that
I'll
happened
get
to
paid
you
through him to do
or
my pack.
sad. Um,
So I have to do.
oh, Observers, just a reminder to mute your microphone. Thank you. All right. So, great. All right. So, my first question for you all is, do you enjoy storytelling? So, that's any storytelling, telling a funny story or writing a story or reading a story. Okay. So, Dylan, do you enjoy storytelling?
Yes,
Great. So, Dylan, try saying, yes, I enjoy storytelling.
yes, en- I enjoy storytelling.
I enjoy. I
I
enjoy
enjoy
storytelling.
storytelling.
Yeah, enjoy. Yep, great. Ryan, do you enjoy storytelling?
Yes, I enjoy storytelling.
Great. Okay, Esther, do you enjoy storytelling?
Yes, I enjoy storytelling.
Great. Barry, do you enjoy storytelling?
Yes, I enjoy storytelling.
Great. And Sylvia, do you enjoy storytelling?
Yes, I enjoy storytelling.
Great. That's wonderful. Let's see. We talked about some of our favorite kinds of stories yesterday. Let me ask this to you. What's your favorite form of storytelling? Movies, books, short stories, telling stories? All right. So what's your favorite form? How do you like your stories the best? Let's see. Sylvia, what is your favorite form of storytelling?
Movie.
Great. So you can say my favorite form of storytelling is movies.
My favorite type of storytelling is movie.
Great job. Nice job. Dylan, what is your favorite type of storytelling?
My favorite storytelling is movie.
Good. So you can say my favorite type of storytelling is movies.
My favorite type of storytelling is movie.
Great. Barry, how about you?
My favorite type of storytelling is movie too.
Oh, great. Lots of movie fans. Esther, how about you?
My favorite type of storytelling is book.
Books, great. And Ryan, what about you?
My favorite type of storytelling is movie.
Great. Oh, so lots of fans of movies. Fantastic. Wonderful. All right. So with that, let's move on to our vocabulary that we did last night. So let's review, okay? Repeat after me. Setting,
Setting.
Setting.
the setting is the time and or location of when a story takes place.
The
The
setting
Setting is
Setting
the
the time
time and
or
or
the
location
location
of
of
where
when
a
a story takes place.
place.
Great. So, for example, what is the setting of Harry Potter?
Very.
mm, uh London.
London. Yes, great. That is one of the settings of Harry Potter. Fantastic. Okay, repeat after me. Character.
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 You see our people here. Those could be examples of some characters. The characters are subjects of the story.
The
The
characters
characters
are
are the
the
subject of
subjects
the
of the
story.
story.
Great. Plot.
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 The plot is the events that tell a story from start to finish.
The plot
The
Plot
plot
is
is
the
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 event
events
that tell a
event that
that
story
tell
tell
a
a
from
story
start
story from
to
from
start
start
to
finish.
finish.
to finish.
If nothing happens in a story, it's pretty boring, right? If, there's not a lot of things or if nothing happens, that's not much of a story. So the plot is what makes the story more interesting or tells us about the events that happen. Good. Okay. Conflict.
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 So if we take a look at our picture right over here, so some of these people are saying yes, and some of these people or characters are saying no. They're arguing, they have a conflict about something. Okay. In a story, the conflict is a problem that the character faces.
In a story,
Story
the conflict is a problem that the
That the
character
story face.
faces.
Good. Let's see. Barry, do you think there can be more than one conflict in a story?
Yes.
Yes, yes, there can be. In many stories, the characters might face a few conflicts. Some might be really big conflicts that are really hard to figure out. Some might be really small that are very easy to figure out. They're all different. All right, great. Does anyone have any questions so far about our vocabulary? No? Okay, great. Let's move on. Oh, we have one more actually. Sorry. One more. Genre.
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 A genre is the category a story falls into.
The
The
genre
genre
is
Genre
is
is
the
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 category
category
a
a
story
story falls
falls
into.
into.
So this is like the type of story something is. So let's look at some genres. Okay. So what are some genres? And we talked about this a little last night. All right. Comedy.
Comedy.
What happens in a comedy? How do you know when something's a comedy? Esther, what happens a lot in a comedy? What does it do?
Do some funny thing.
It does some funny things. comedies like to make their audience laugh a lot, right? So by funny jokes, or maybe someone does something funny, um, like a prank or a trick that might be funny. Great. Nice job. Okay, next. Drama.
Drama.
Drama. Let's see. Ryan, how do you know when something's a drama? What happens?
I don't know.
That's okay. Let's see. Barry, can you help Ryan out?
Uh, can you say again?
Yeah, so how does the audience feel when you see a drama? How does the audience feel after hearing or watching a drama story?
Maybe sad.
Sad. Usually dramas have a lot of emotion, so it's very serious, or the conflict might have the characters might feel a lot of emotion, like sadness or maybe angry. Yeah, so drama is very serious, a lot of emotion. If you look at our picture here, you can see he's sad and the lighting is very intense. So drama is usually very serious, very intense. Good. Next, horror.
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 Good. Let's see. Sylvia, what usually, how can you tell when something's a horror story? What does it do? How,
Very terrible.
it can be terrible. How does it make the audience feel? Or the listener?
Scared.
Scared. Yes. Horror stories want to make someone afraid or scared. Yes, that is their purpose. Good. All right, next. Mystery.
History.
Mystery.
Mystery.
Hmm. So what are we trying to do in a mystery? How does it make the audience feel? Let's see. Barry, what do you think?
Uh, we need to find the the answer of the question or problem.
So, Bridget, Ryan accidentally muted you.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
All right, wonderful. Yes, great job, Barry. Yes, so in a mystery, the audience wants to try to figure out um, the mystery, the solution, or maybe some clues. Maybe the audience feels a little confused at times, or maybe they might want to know the answer, maybe excited. All right, great job. All right, last one, fantasy.
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 Let's see.
Good. Let's see. Ryan, how does the audience feel after hearing a story, a fantasy story?
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. Good. Maybe they're hearing about new things that they've never heard of before, or they might be interested to see like wizards or mermaids. Great. All right. And let's see, there's many other genres out there. We're not going to talk about all of them today, but there are many, many more. So Here are a few examples. We see some of them like comedies, but there's also romance about people in love, or musicals where people sing. So there's many, many out there. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about our genres or vocabulary? No? All right, so we're going to play a game. We're going to play the same game as last night. We're going to guess our genre. All right, so I'm going to switch my screen over for you all. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
All right, so same as last night. Choose a number. They're going to be different spaces than last night, and guess what genre the emoji belongs to. Okay, here we go. Esther, will you go first?
I choose number 4.
Number 4. Okay. What's the genre?
It is a mystery.
Mystery. Nice job. Okay. Dylan, go ahead.
I choose number 6.
Number 6. Okay, what's the genre, Dylan?
It is drama.
Drama. Yes, very good. Okay, Barry, you go ahead.
3.
All right, let's see. All right, Barry, what's the genre?
Happy.
Happy. So which genre makes you happy or laugh?
Comedy.
Comedy. So you can say it is comedy.
It is comedy.
Nice job. Okay, Sylvia, you can go next.
Number 7.
Number 7. All right, what's the genre?
Comedy.
Great. So say it is comedy.
It is comedy.
Nice job. Brian, go ahead.
I choose number 1.
Number 1, let's see. Ooh, what's the genre, Ryan?
It is horror.
Nice job. Horror. Okay, Esther, it is your turn again.
I choose number 10.
Number 10. Okay, what's the genre?
It is fancy.
Nice job. Fantasy. Okay, Dylan, go ahead.
I choose number 2.
Number 2. Let's see. Okay, what's the genre?
It is horror.
Horror. Nice job. Okay, Barry, you can go next.
5.
Number 5. Okay, what's the genre?
Uh, Mystery.
Great. So you can say it is mystery.
It is mystery.
Nice job. Okay, Sylvia, go ahead.
Number 9.
Okay, Sylvia, what is the genre?
It is drama.
Drama. Nice job. And Ryan, here you go. What's the genre?
It is fantasy.
Good. Nice job. All right. Nice job, everyone. You got all of them. So we can kind of tell what the different genre is by just looking at these emojis. So they kind of belong to this category of how they might make you feel or how they look. Like, for example, we know the 2 comedy emojis are very silly or have a big smile. So that makes us think of laughter, which is comedies, yes? And then, of course, we know that our mysteries might make us think a bit more or maybe feel a bit more confused trying to figure something out. So we know those belong to mysteries. Okay. And then, of course, our two fantasy emojis. We might not see these things every day in our real life, so we might find them in a fantasy story. Great. And then our intense emotion, our drama, we can see in our two faces here. And then, of course, these have to do with things that are scary. Usually ghost stories are scary, and here we have a ghost. And then our face there looks very scared or shocked, like they might have heard something scary. Great job, everyone. Okay, let me bring back my screen. All right, can you see me again? All right.
Yes, yes.
So the other day, our last couple of classes, we talked about the case of Grandpa's painting, right? Do y'all remember this? Yes? So let's think back to the case of Grandpa's painting. What was the setting of the case of Grandpa's painting? Do we remember? And let me bring up my screen again. So maybe we can use the do you see our case of Grandpa's painting
Yes.
page? Great. Okay, so let's take a look. I slapped the morning paper down on my desk as the sirens wailed. Where is our detective?
Could you zoom in a little bit?
Oh, sure, yes. Okay, so in our first sentence, we kind of see what the setting is. Right here, I slapped the morning paper down on my desk as the sirens wailed outside. Where are we? Esther, what do you think?
Um, it is outside.
Outside. So let's think. Where does someone usually have their desk? Hmm. So, and we know he's a detective, right? So let's think. Do you think he is at home or at work? Barry, what do you think? Do you think he's at home or at work?
Mm, uh, at home.
Oh, he could be at home. Yeah. So he could be at home. And let's see. He wasn't surprised. This wasn't the first time the police had come to talk about one of my cases. So we learned a little bit more information here. Okay. So we know that maybe he is going to talk to the police about one of his cases. Okay. So that makes us think, oh, so maybe if he's at his desk and maybe if the police are coming to talk about him, he might be working. So the setting might be at a detective office, or maybe he's in a his home of sorts in a library in his home or study. Good. Okay, so this is my next question. Who are the characters? Hmm. So we have two main characters. One was our detective. And who is this here, Ryan?
Miss
Fiona
Fiona
Feather Duster.
Yellow Jeter.
Good. So we have our detective and Miss Fiona Feather Duster. She's the one who asks for the detective's help. And take a look here. We learn a little bit more about our setting. Miss Fiona Feather Duster had knocked on my office door. So that tells us, okay, we are in an office. Great. So it's these little pieces of information that help us learn a bit more about our characters, our setting, and what type of story we're about to hear. Okay? Great. All right. I'm going to switch back over. So we're going to take a look at a story. I'm going to share my screen again. I'm actually going to up. Still
Yes.
great. I just want to make sure the sound switched over. Okay. Okay, so we're going to take a look at another form of storytelling. It's a video, and maybe think a bit about our setting, our characters, what happens in the story. We'll talk about this after, okay? All right, so let's go look at our, okay. Okay, and I want to make sure I can share my sound too. Oops. Okay, here we go. All right. Can you see it okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Here we go.
You're very special, kid. I've been quested to take you back to the...
Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me bring back my screen. Great. So what did you all think? Did you enjoy the story? Did you not enjoy the story? Barry, did you enjoy the story?
Very.
Yes.
Say, yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Great, I'm glad. Dylan, did you enjoy the story?
Yes.
Yes,
Good.
I did.
Yes, I did.
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 Esther, how about you?
Yes, I did.
Great. Sylvia, did you enjoy the story?
Yes, I did.
Great. And how about you, Ryan?
Yes, I did.
Great. So in the story, which was called Pip, what is the setting? So where or when does the story take place? Sylvia, what is the setting in the story?
Uh, a place they train dog.
Yeah, in a place they train dogs. Perfect. Great job. Okay, let's see. Who are the characters in the story? Dylan, who are the characters in the story?
第一人那个故事的角色是谁？
Dog.
等一下，还没讲完。
Dog.
So the dog is one of the characters. Good. And remember his name is Pip. So we learned his name. And who else? Who is another character that we see? Ryan, who is another character we see in the story?
Another dog.
The other dogs. Yes, we see the other dogs as well. Great. And there's another main character. Let's see, Esther. Who else is a character in the story?
Two people.
Say it one more time, Esther.
Two people.
There are two people. Yes, so there is a woman, she's the trainer, and then there's a man, and he's doing the exams. Very good. Okay, what was a conflict in the story? Barry, what was a conflict in the story? What was a problem for Pip, the dog?
He is so small.
He's so little. Yes, exactly. Great job. He's so small. And Ryan, why is that a problem for him? What keeps happening because he's so small?
He's short.
He's short, so he's having a hard time doing the things he needs to do in his training. He keeps tripping or different things like that. Great. Okay, so here's a new question. How did the conflict resolve? So that means, how did this get better? So we saw that he was too little, but he got better at it. He found ways to practice and work around, and he was doing very well. And then he didn't do so well during his exam, and then he was very sad. But how did this turn around? How did things get better? What did Pip do, Esther? What did Pip do?
He can jump.
Say that one more time, Esther.
He can jump.
He can jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did he do to show that he was good at what he does?
Mm.
Sylvia, can you help her out?
He helped a blind woman.
Yes, he helped a blind woman who was in a lot of trouble too. She could have gotten very hurt. And he helped her and he proved that even though he was little and maybe was a little distracted, he was still a very good guide dog. Great. Okay. What genre was this story? This might have a few. Was this a fantasy story? We can all answer yes, it is, or no, it isn't. Is this a fantasy story?
No.
No, it isn't. Okay, let's see. Dylan, was this a horror story?
No.
So you can say no, it
No,
isn't.
it isn't.
No. It isn't.
Good. Let's see. Was it a mystery story, Ryan?
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't. Let's see. Is this a comedy, Sylvia?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and there's a few funny moments, lots of cute moments, yes, which sometimes a lot of cute moments are in comedies. Good. And Barry, was this a drama?
No, it isn't.
Not so much. Sometimes we felt a little sadness or happiness, but more so it made us kind of laugh or feel good. Yeah, a lot of comedies make us feel good. Great. Okay, so this is one last question, and this is kind of a new vocabulary word. Was there dialogue in the story? Everyone try that word out. Dialogue.
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 Right. So dialogue is the words that people say in the story when they talk to each other, conversations that they might have, or something that they say out loud. That is dialogue. So was there dialogue in this story? Barry, was there dialogue in the story?
No.
So no, there wasn't.
No, there wasn't.
Right? Yeah, so sometimes stories don't need words to tell their story. You can do it with music or emotion or how the characters stand or, how their expression on their faces. So there's no dialogue in the story. Great job. All right. So we're going to go to our question of the day. Because we're starting to run out of time, and then we might go back to one more thing. Okay, so let me share my screen with you all for our question of the day today.
So Barry, do you have to leave now?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so Barry will have to attend a school class now.
Okay, well, Barry, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye, Barry. Okay, all, and I'm going to share my screen with you. Here we go. Okay, our question of the day. Here we go. What is your favorite genre and why? Okay, and you can say, my favorite genre is comedy because it makes me laugh, or my favorite genre is horror because I like getting scared. Okay, Dylan, what is your favorite genre and why?
My favorite genre is comedy because it's funny.
Great. Ryan, what is your favorite genre and why?
My favorite genre is comedy because it can feel me happy.
Great. Sylvia, what is your favorite genre? Why?
My favorite genre is mystery because it is exciting.
Ooh, yes, they are very exciting. And Esther, what is your favorite genre and why?
My favorite genre is fantasy because it is interesting.
Great. Awesome. Great job, everyone. Okay, so, all right. So, I wonder if you had met someone whose job is to do what the woman in our video about Pip does. So she trains guide dogs to help people who can't see very well or who are blind. What would you ask? One of my very good friends, she does the same thing as the woman in the video. All right, so we can write down some questions and I can ask her, and when we meet next, we can get her answers or I can send them in the chat. All right, so everyone take a moment and think, what would you ask someone who trains dogs like Pip? Okay. All right, so take a think about that. What might you ask them? All right, let's see. Esther, do you have a question for an expert who trains guide dogs?
Um, uh,
Do you know the word expert?
Oh,
Esther, do you know the word expert?
no.
no. Oh, okay. So an expert is someone who knows a lot or does one thing very, very well. They are very knowledgeable at what they do. So for example, my friend, her name is Robin. She works with guide dogs, so she knows how to do the job very, very well. Okay, more than most people. All right, so that's what makes her an expert in working with guide dogs. She could answer any questions we have.
Expert 这是专家。如果你有遇到训练导盲犬的专家，你会问他什么问题？So come up with one question, Esther.
Um, how often did she go to uh, go at work?
Say that one more time, Esther.
How often does she go work?
Oh, how often does she go to work? Great question. Okay. Dylan, do you have a question for Robin, our expert?
How often does the dog practice?
Was that how often do the dogs practice?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good question. Okay. Sylvia, what's your question?
How long does a dog become a guide dog?
Was that how long does it take for a dog to become a guide dog?
Yes.
Oh, good question. Does it take? Okay, I'm writing these down. Okay, and Ryan, what's your question?
Is the guide dog is strong?
Are the guide dogs strong? Is that your question, Ryan? Ryan,
Yeah.
will you repeat your question again?
Are the dog is strong?
Yeah. Do guide dogs need to be very strong?
Strong. Okay, great. All right, great. All right, these are great questions. I will be sure to ask my friend, and I will write them in this chat so that way we can all see the answers, okay? Great. All right. And let's see, does anyone have any more questions they might want to ask Robin, or any questions about our storytelling today?
So this is our last class for this group of students, but next week we will have a group of ninth graders. Sylvia will join the class, and Esther, Dylan, and Ryan will be observers. So maybe, yeah, if they continue to attend the classes next week, I think that will last 3 weeks till the summer break starts. So uh, you will be able to share the answers with them eventually, right?
Yes, absolutely. So I can type them in the chat, and we can also talk about it more on Monday or Tuesday for you. So you'll notice that this will be very similar to our class next week. Okay. So maybe I will get all the answers from Robin, and I will share them with you soon.
Okay. I have a group chat for this group of students. I can either share your answers with them there, or you can talk about them in the next following 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, either one is okay. Yeah.
Great. Well, I'll see how soon she responds, and then we can figure out which
Okay.
one works
Yeah. So
best.
before we end our class, I would like to tell everyone that starting next week, we will have a new group of students who just graduated from junior high, like Sylvia, and we will have new students joining us. It will be exciting, and it will, I think, after these 3 weeks, and then we'll decide if we will continue to teach them during the summer, or we will recruit a new group of students. All right, everybody, please unmute your mic and say thank you to teacher Bridget.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, teacher
teacher.
Bridget. We'll see you next week.
Thank you all. I'll see you next week. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
You
And I'll
do.
see you soon.
Yeah. Okay. Good night. Bye
All right,
bye.
good night. Bye. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.